Hello, hello. Good evening. Good morning. Good, why the heck are you still awake? How the heck are you still awake? And can you tell me your secret? Okay, let me dip the music. All right. Hello, everyone. I am early. I am early tonight. That is because, recent internet issues aside, I actually do need to kind of keep it a little brief tonight, because I have to go to the work office tomorrow for a day-long meeting, and I need to pack up my laptop gear and make sure that I actually get to bed on time, because I'll have to get up kind of early tomorrow. Let's see. Move y'all over. Okay, so yeah, tonight we are playing the demo for Drakonym. Playing more of it. Let's see, we're actually further ahead than this. Let's see, where did I leave off on? Actually, no, I'll use this as a summary. All right. So yeah, this is the free demo for Drakonym. The link is pinned. You can also use !demo as a chat command to pull up the link. But since it is free, you can get it yourself and start playing Drakonym. It's hit like super high like level, I don't know what to call them, on drive-through-RPG, but it's like not gold tier, it's like mithril or something like that. Anyways, hit a pretty high tier for a demo, which is really awesome. So yeah, if you've kind of, you know, heard of Drakonym, look mode. Oh yes, also thank you. Hello to Cheeky, hello Amaya too. I just see you guys check in. I forgot to call that out. But yeah, so if you've heard of Drakonym, or if you've never heard of Drakonym, you can check out the demo. You can play it in a group or solo, and without a game master. And then Drakonym itself, you can purchase the core rulebook on drive-through-RPG right now. Itch 2, I believe, and itch.io. And yeah, the journey is also super fun. There's actually quite a bit of roll tables that could be used with the core book to make solo easier until we get the solo book. Yes, because there's going to be a dedicated solo book. It's now moving into like development, I guess you can call it development. It's being written right now. Oh, or rather it will be as soon as the creator is back from his very, very well-deserved vacation. So yeah, and then we had gotten through maybe about half of it. So this first part just kind of teaches you some of the basics. I kind of skipped through that because this demo also kind of teaches you how to play. So yeah, we woke up, basically kind of picked one of the couple of options that they provide in the demo. The core rulebook has way more character options than what you see in the demo. Like, trust me. These here, just a small slice of a big pie. That's fantastic. Let's see. Yeah, so we kind of created some of our character notes. We took out our first bandits. I am playing an arbor named Rowan, and an arbor, let's see, we actually saw one of them up here. Where was she? Let's scroll back up. There we go. Kind of looks like that. where they have hoofs and antlers. I miss my big stream streak. Yeah, I'm sorry, Amaya. I don't know, yeah, I don't know which one you missed. Okay, and then I'm a fighter class, and I'm an investigator for a career. And I did put my stats into body and mind and world. So, because I'm thinking, I have kind of like, I guess like Geralt, maybe? I never played more than like an hour or two of The Witcher. But I think it's sort of like Geralt, but maybe a bit more investigative. Is how I'm kind of thinking. So like if you needed to send an investigator into somewhere that's dangerous, you would send me. How dare you, Witcher 3 is a masterpiece. I have it. I want to play from the beginning. I started playing it, but the game kept crashing. And I got distracted, I think, by a different game or something. Or, I mean, like, I was actually, up until recently, I've actually been really bad at playing PC games in my spare time. I've found it very hard to get myself to sit at the computer and play games, because I also use my computer for work stuff. And like for the longest time, I'd be sitting here and try to play a game, but I'll feel like I need to be working instead. Like I should be doing something productive. But funnily enough, now that I've been streaming, it's actually been a bit easier for me to sit and play video games outside of stream, just to play them. Yeah, I get that. I'm the same way. Yeah. It helps too, because now I can have like other people's streams going while I'm playing the games. So I feel like it's been slowly training me to enjoy playing computer games. Oh, I'd totally watch you play Witcher. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to try to see if I can get it to run again. I know it's kind of known for like crashing, or at least that's what I remember when I looked it up. Okay, let's see. I think so. I got my dragon. My dragon hatchling is a pyre dragon. Looks like kind of like this. It's not going to be a very buff pyre dragon though. She's going to be kind of more like maybe more diminutive and very, very hot and passionate. Whereas Rowan is going to be kind of more like cold logic, kind of calm. Yeah, it's a pretty beefy game. I play on PS4. Yeah. Well, I think the original was like Xbox era, right? Or something like that. I think, do I have two? Or do I just have one? Oh no, I have Witcher and then Witcher 2. I don't have the Witcher 3 yet. I figured I could wait until I've played through the first two. Yeah, maybe I'll play that sometime. If I can get, yeah, I've played for 6.6 hours and I'm pretty sure half of that was playing the first like hour 3 times over, because it would keep crashing and I would have to keep doing the same stuff over and over again because I couldn't save, or it would just take me a while. One was just PC, 2 I think was on 360. Ah, okay. But yeah, I haven't... Did I watch might have watched the cinematic reveal for The Witcher 4. I'm not sure. Anyway, I know a lot of dude bros are angry about number 4, which means I have to play it. If dude bros are angry about it, that means I'm gonna enjoy it. So I did watch the first 2 seasons of the Netflix series, which I am aware do not follow the games or anything. I don't really care though, because I enjoyed them. I was really eating up the aesthetic and stuff. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I think it has its flaws. Yeah, it's so dumb because Siri is a badass. Yeah, I'll have to take your word for that. Let's see. Okay, so my dragon hatched. We made it to Stonefang. I got another investigator perk, I think. Yes, I got to choose my things. Yes, my tree, my investigator tree, because you get to pick a
What? What? Yeah?
It's like every time I talk, Ico just starts going, eh, eh. Okay, anyway, because investigator is the career, but each career has 3 trees, like perk trees, and I picked detective. And I think, yeah, I picked medical examiner. Okay, so I think, yes, and then I did that. So yeah, scene 2, a day in Stonefang. Zoom in a bit. Alright, the day slows. The air carries the scent of river-washed stone and warm bread. Your pack is lighter. Your dragon no longer hides, at least not entirely. For once, no one is asking of you. Ah, yes, that's right, we left off on downtime. You may now perform up to 4 downtime activities before taking a night's rest. Choose any from the prompts below and describe what you do. Each activity takes about 4 hours. Once you've completed your choices, I will restore all mana and grit to their max, restore bond points to their max, clear all light and heavy wounds, remove all status effects except bloodied, and journal your day. Bloodied is basically the you are about to die state. Okay, so pick 4 from the list. You may narrate them freely or roll to determine the outcome. You may also choose the same activity more than once. Each roll requires at least 3 successes to pass the check. So we can seek the forgotten, where I can learn a secret and earn a studied point, which I can then later spend to gain a boon on a related lore check before your next downtime. I can craft, repair, or tinker. I can repair gear or begin a project, such as crafting a basic item. I have forage and hunt. Gain 1d6 rations or ingredients. Rations can heal 1 light wound, or you eat 3 to heal 1 heavy wound. Social bonds. Deepen a connection, earn a favor, or a secret. Perform a ritual. Cleanse a place, seal a bond, or empower a future action. Rewrite the self. Swap out any spell you currently know for a new one from an aspect you know, or swap career trees. Interesting. Optional, you may now move on to scene 13. Okay. Okay, so let's forage and hunt, which I'm going to interpret, since we're currently in like a village, I'm going to interpret this as finding something for us to eat. Because I don't think I have any rations on hand, or I'm going to say I don't. So it says we can roll world plus body. If I just wanted to like roll a check, because I believe, yeah, I can narrate them freely, or I can roll to determine the outcome. Well, I'm kind of focusing on gameplay, and in this session, normally I'd be like all about journaling and stuff, but I wanna actually I wanna actually finish. And I will be here forever if I play it like I normally would. Oh, I forgot to put my speed back. I had to refill this back out. And I do have one light wound that I'll have to heal later. See, I took screenshots and okay, 5. So that I could fill this back out again. I forgot to make a new character sheet inside of Obsidian. Alright, what was this again? World and body. So that is going to be 3 and 2, so 5. So I need to get 3 in order to succeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 2 successes, so I did not succeed. Why did I not succeed? Because, like, I'm in a village. Surely food would be, you know, available. I'm assuming I'm in I think it's a village. I know it's a settlement. Oh, cobbled streets. Oh, maybe it's a town. Yeah, so why did I not... What if I'm just naturally bad with directions? Like, I'm intelligent because I'm an investigator. And I wanted to, you know, be like an actual investigator, not, you know, like, oh, I'm the muscle that the detectives hire. No, I wanted to be the detective and the muscle. So maybe this could be like a character weakness of mine, where I'm bad with card like directions and maps. I know my way around dead bodies, but I can't tell you how to get to the supermarket. Okay, so I wander around. I could, because we get 3 more. Okay, so social bonds. Maybe while doing this, the wandering around, we're lost. We're definitely lost. Maybe I'll friendly stop and ask somebody for directions. And that's going to put me into contact with somebody. And I could use social bonds to see how that goes. Which is going to be a bit hard because this uses soul and gods or soul plus shadow. Either way, that's only 2 dice for me, so there's no way I could succeed. I wonder if I could use my dragon to help me in this. Use the power of cute baby dragon to give me like more dice to roll. I mean, there's nothing saying that I couldn't. I know. I think there's probably rules in like the core rulebook for like making rolls and checks with, you know, as a party. But we're just kind of sticking with the demo of trying to avoid actually looking up at the core rulebook. You know what though? Maybe it's alright for me to fail. Because when I was playing this the first time, I had rolled on this table of kind of like, you enter the town, what happens? And what happened for me was that a guard asked to see my papers, and I don't have any. I don't have any papers. And so like I wound up having to pay like a fee. Because that's how I decided to resolve the issue. But so maybe this town is pretty guarded against travelers that, you know, like strangers and stuff. And I do have a baby dragon that is like either trotting next to me or is like maybe perched on my shoulder or something. So yeah, maybe I try to talk to somebody and they just sort of go like, eh. Well, I guess I could actually still get a success off of 2 dice. I would have to roll 2 6s or a 6 and a 5. So never mind. Maybe I'll give it a try. Yeah, no. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, I try to approach somebody and they just sort of go like, you know, sorry, I don't have time. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. And like everybody I walk up to skirts away. So that doesn't help me at all. Let's see, I think I'll try forage and hunt again. So I'll roll 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's 2 successes. Nope. I still don't know where to find food. That I will... Let's see. Seek the Forgotten. Maybe at this point, the investigator senses are tingling. What is going on in this town? Why will nobody talk to me? And why can't I find anything? Mind and soul. That will be 3 dice. Oh man, the dice are not liking me. The power of foraging. I kept failing the forage. I failed it twice. I just failed this one too. So I'm unable to learn why I'm being treated the way I am. Okay. So it is assumed, I think, that I will have slept. But if I couldn't even find, like, a place to purchase food from, like rations from. Also, welcome in, by the way. I forgot to say that. Then, could I even find, like, an inn? Let's see. Maybe we're just still walking. We'll just continue, and then I can clear my light wound. Alright, scene 13. Quiet practice. The Mage's Tower. You find some space. The noise of the town falls away. You head to the top of this tower and stand at its peak. Did I? Oh, you may move into scene 13 if you are a spellcaster. I am not. So we'll actually skip that. Here's the section about spells. Alright, departure. You leave for home before the sun rises. Wherever my home may be, that is where I am hoping to wind up. And then my final torch goes out. No one blocks your path as you exit the gates. There isn't a need to stop you. The road east has been somewhat forgotten. The road is made of stone that's been eaten away by lichen? I think it's lichen. Trail signs have been carved into the trees, but they won't last long. But somehow you always find the right way. Your dragon is walking next to you, or floating slightly above you, or sat on your shoulders. It hasn't even asked where you are headed. Honestly, I don't think Thessa will care. Thessa, who is also nicknamed Chili Pepper, thanks to Cheeky redeeming a name a lore snippet in the last session. Which you can also do too, for the price of 1,000 stars. If I remember right. Yes. Alright, so supplies. You have your satchel. It says 5 rations, use 1 per day to recover 3 light wounds, but I did not find any. So I'm gonna say I don't have those. And also, okay. Just noted something. Bedroll or camp gear. You're headed deeper into the Vin Dithrak wilds. No map will mark your next steps, but you've seen signs, whispers, scraps, or visions. Roll 1d12 for your reason for adventure. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we'll just pretend, or not really pretend. We'll just say that Rowan and Thessa slept outside of the village, or the small town, that night. Something like we were clearly unwelcome there. So maybe like if I was playing this as a full solo campaign, I could probably come back here and then like investigate this as a plot hook. But we're just going through the demo today. So roll 1d12. I got a 4. Someone you care for is missing. So at the start of the demo, you don't have any memories, and then they kind of come back to you. So maybe along with my memories, I remember that I was searching for this person that is missing. And I don't know how I woke up where I woke up, or how, I would, encounter a dragon egg. But the dragon is here to stay. And I'm content with that. Who wouldn't be? So I am looking for someone I care for. The yes/no oracle. This oracle will be the main one in your tool belt whenever you come to a scenario you need help in understanding, or what you would usually look to a herald to answer. Choose how likely the answer is to be yes. So you would choose 50-50 or unsure, and roll a 1d6. Likely, roll 2d6, keep the highest. Unlikely, roll 2d6, keep the lowest. That's interesting. Maybe I will note this down. Maybe somewhere else. Then I'm gonna squeeze that under here. Oh, it's gonna be too squeezed. Oh, no, wait. There we go. Perfect fit. Okay. Oh, wait. I forgot about these here. Well, that's okay. I think I can remember this part. 1 is a hell no. 6 is a hell yes. Alright, the insight table. The insight table is your tool for answering open-ended questions or generating story prompts. Roll 1d6 to determine which prompt set to use on page 36. Roll 3d6 to determine the action, theme, and force within that set. You may interpret the results symbolically or literally, depending on the tone and style of your story. Also, you can roll a new prompt set for each d6, or simply use the same across all of them. Example, you ask, what are the people afraid of? You roll 1d6, get a 2, and use prompt set 2. You roll 3d6, get a 3, 5, 1, which results in shape, hunger, a guardian. Interpretation, a presence below reshapes itself, driven by primal need, and something stands watch, unwilling to let it free. Okay, the resource clock. You know, we may actually need to pull this back out.
Yeah? Yeah?
You know, you don't have to yell at me every time you use the litter box. To be specific, it's after. It's not like during. He's not in pain or anything. He just looks at me and then goes, "Hey, I want you to love me." And I'm like, "No, you just did a stinky." All right. So the resource clock. The resource/survival clock tracks how close you are to fatigue, disarray, or shortage. It has 6 segments. At 6 segments filled, the clock remains at 6, and you immediately suffer a light scar. Until downtime, all checks suffer bane. So if we have all of these filled, I immediately suffer a light scar. That definitely gives it some, like, some gravity, you know? I'm just, like, mentally comparing to how I use clocks in Legends of Zakkariiart. Sorry, your rolls will surely keep you from getting to there, and yeah, I love it. Oh, from getting to all 6? Yeah, it sounds pretty scary. Like, oh, I guess this is what Ash always says too, that Zakkariiart is not a safe place. Like, if you go out there unprepared, Zakkariiart will kill you. Like the world will let you know you're in over your head. A short rest will not remove any ticks from this clock, but downtime will reset it to 0. Keep an eye on it to ensure you have the resources you need to continue. If you lose another more resources while at 6, you will gain 1 light wound for each additional resource lost. Okay, so yeah, light scars. Scars are different from wounds. Daily travel structure. Each day consists of 2 mornings, exploration, danger, discovery, and 1 nightfall event. Rest, reflection, dragon bond, or emotional prompt. Morning journey. Roll 1d12 on the weather table. Sets the tone for the rest of the day. I can add a bane, a boon, or narrative flavor. Step 2. Before each event, you will roll 1d6 to determine which event table to use. All event checks require 2 successes to pass. Ah, so one set is negative, the other set is positive. Ah, and then that's when you... Okay. Okay, so we do the journey, the actual journey, and then we have 2 events. It's a long morning. I wonder why it's not just like daytime, or like morning and afternoon, you know? And then nightfall, I can choose 1 downtime action, challenge, or a dragon moment. And then after choosing, I can roll a d12. Okay. After nightfall, mark 1 ration, restore 2 mana and 2 grit, remove all light wounds. If you took downtime, resolve the effect. Okay, so we're starting out on our journey. We're probably a little hungry. So hopefully something will yield food tonight. Oh, that's right. Dragons don't, if I remember right from the lore, dragons don't necessarily need to eat. They like kind of live off of the ambient magic or something like that. Unless I'm getting my lore crossed over with something else. But okay, we're gonna roll for the weather. I have no hopes of good weather because this dice roller is not liking me today. It didn't like me last time either. 8. Exactly, they don't have to, but they may like to. Yeah. Cloudless. Gain a boon on your next roll. Oh, how about that? Yay! So gain a boon. How did boons work again? I'm gonna scroll back up to the beginning here. Ah, here we go. So I can count a 4 as a success. Okay, cool. Let's see. Do I need to go back? Well, that doesn't help. Let me... There we go. So I get a boon on my next roll. Alright, so now we come to... So these are the insight tables, but we're going to roll for an event. So before each event, roll 1d6 to determine which one to use. So we'll go ahead and roll my d6. Got a 6. Oh, look, a positive. I don't know. Maybe the dice roller is getting better. Okay. So we got a positive event. And now we roll another d12. Got 7. Friendly creature. A curious beast follows you for a time. Gain 1d6 rations, or 1d6 on a social check later. Okay, so I know which one I'm taking. I'm taking the rations. Okay, cool. Also, I just realized too that I had that boon, so I could have used that to change if I didn't get a success or something. But I did. No, maybe, yeah, I guess I'll just save it for like a check. But okay, cool. So, a friendly creature, a curious beast. I'm trying to think of like, what kind of wildlife would be, you know, like friendly and not like attack me or something, but also like not shy. You know, maybe a stray dog, or not so much a stray, but maybe a dog from a nearby farm has spotted me and comes trotting after me despite my best attempt to shoo it back home. But because it was following me, it actually discovers some edible plants or something, because it got very interested in a particular bush, which caught my interest, and then I walked over and oh look, it's a bunch of berries. Not exactly the most like filling, but they were plentiful. Probably. Actually, I have to roll 1d6 for rations anyway. Oh, I got 5. So I got 5 rations. Maybe maybe instead of berries, maybe it's like some kind of low growing, like some kind of fruit. I'm trying to think of something that might be kind of like apple-sized, but grows lower to the ground. Or maybe they all fell off the tree. So we'll just say I got 5 fruit. Let's see, my inventory. Oh, I actually don't have the egg anymore. Hatched. Okay. Cool. Hurrah! And again, if I was journaling, I could probably, you know, like dig deeper. Like, oh, you know, what's the dog doing? How does the dog like Thessa? They're probably playing. They probably played a little with each other while I was sitting there eating. Eating my fill of fruit. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no, I got it right. Alright, so I rolled a 3. This time I have a negative event. So roll a d12. I got a 10. Echoed footsteps. You loop back to where you began. Confusion takes hold. Mark 1 resource clock segment. Which, I guess that means I should make a clock. There we go. And then let me change this because this is important. Bad stuff happens if this fills up, so I'll turn it red. Okay. There we go. Oh, right. What was the actual thing? Okay. And 10. Echoed footsteps. So you loop back around to where you began. Confusion takes hold. Mark 1 resource clock segment. So, yeah, remember how I said earlier that Rowan is bad with directions? Sense of directions? Well, at some point, Thessa looks up and, through our mental connection, expresses confusion. Like, hey, didn't we see this tree earlier? And, oh, look, this is where we had the fruit. Did we go in a circle? And to which Rowan will stoically say, you are correct. We went in a circle. At this point, I'm like, man, you know, we, like, if I was playing this in the, like, once the solo book comes out, I would have to get Rowan a companion of some kind. This person is having a hard time. They, they can't find anything. Okay, so at nightfall, I get to choose either a downtime action or a challenge or dragon moment, which is on the nightfall table. So we did get a couple of rations, so I'm content with that, which is what I was going to do if I didn't find any rations. So let's try out the nightfall table. Okay, so that is split into 2 challenges or dragon moments. I think maybe this time I'll have a dragon moment. Because up until now, I haven't really talked much to Thessa. So let's roll a d12. 4. Protective shift. Your dragon blocks your path during the night. Something was coming. Ah, so, you know, I'm tucking in for the night, getting cozy, enjoying the warmth of Thessa and her fiery little body. But I wake when I feel cold for some reason. And it's because Thessa is no longer curled up next to me. She is now standing, growling as fiercely as a little baby hatchling can growl. And the bushes are rustling. Let's see, what comes? Okay, so this is resting rules. I'm just looking to see. Okay. Alright, so basically we do 3 days of this and then we will continue through the demo. Alright. So what I could do is roll on the insight tables, which part of my frequent scrolling. So first I can use a d6 to determine which set of prompts to use. So maybe this will give us some insight as to what is rustling around in the bushes. Am I in danger? So it'll be prompt set 2, and then I roll 3 d6. So this is 2. So I got 5 light, 3 truth, 2 ancient hunger. So I got light, truth, and ancient hunger. Oh dear. That doesn't sound like something friendly is in the bushes. I'm trying to think because because this is just a demo. I don't really have like stat blocks, I don't think. Let me zoom out a little. Okay, so this is some more info about mechanics. Oh, here's some stat blocks. Here is some more stuff that we can unlock, I believe. It's about status effects. Alright, so we do have a few stat blocks in here. What kind can I borrow? Although I don't know, because like we got 2 more days of this. And I do want to try to get through this whole demo tonight. And we are already coming up on an hour, so maybe I won't fight it. Maybe we will just simply flee. I'm just scrolling back to where we were. So an ancient hunger. So some kind of ancient beastie is hungry. And then there's light and truth. Light and truth. So action is light. So like light up if it's an action. And then theme is truth. And enforce is an ancient hunger. Sorry, I'm just mulling these over in my head as I say them out loud because I'm streaming. And if I just keep it inside my head, you're not going to know if I'm still here. So let's see. I'm thinking of like some kind of spectral being. Kind of like materializes through the bushes, and it has some physicality to it because it was moving the bushes and stuff, and it's some kind of ancient in the way of like maybe a century old or so, like 1 or 2 centuries, but some kind of common type wraith thing that can creep up on unsuspecting campers and travelers on the road, and they consume your soul. And let's see, so maybe I try to grab wood from the fire, but the fire has kind of gone out. It's just embers. And then seeing me, like, oh, I need fire. Maybe Thessa like perks up and is like, I can do that. Let me see that stick. Or just, kind of understands that, like, I need light. Let's see. I do believe they have a breath weapon, but I feel like I should just simply make like, maybe make a check or something. I mean, I guess I don't really have to make a check, but I feel like I could. At least before we run away. Let's scroll back up. Okay. So maybe body. And then because we're dealing with something kind of like a specter, wraith kind of thing, entity. Maybe gods. So 4. Let's see if we can get away unscathed. Oh, and I can use my boon here. Oh man, I didn't roll a 4 though. So if I roll a check and I can't use a boon, do I still keep that boon? Might have to investigate that. Either way, I only got 2 successes. So I'm considering the events earlier required 3. I'm gonna say I failed. Thessa tries to light up the branch, but she just results in a cough, a sputter. There's a little tendril of flame that comes from her mouth. But alas, she's still too young to produce an actual flame. And then it's at that point the wraith is upon them. And then Rowan feels their soul starting to get wrenched from their body. But we snatch up Thessa and run away. So I'm gonna say I take a light wound for that. But we'll get away. And that's only just because I wanna keep the ball rolling. Okay. And then we run away. And after nightfall, we mark 1 ration. So I got 4 left. Restore mana and grit. Remove all light wounds. So I was pretty shaken through the night. But Thessa kind of helped me still be able to rest lightly through the night. And I wake up, you know, a little bit more refreshed than I would have been had my soul been sucked from my body. Okay. And so yeah, we'll proceed on day 2. Let's roll for the weather. 9. The sun doesn't rise. What? The sun doesn't rise. Use the insight engine to understand why. Why does the sun not rise? Oh no! Why does the sun not rise? That sounds terrible. I mean, that's what was happening in my Lordsworn game. But that was because the god of the sun died. That would be wild because there is a god of the sun in Akaroth, and him dying would be something. But okay, so we'll roll on the insight table. Got a 1. So set number 1. So 3, call for action. Ice for theme. Force a fear reborn. Oh my god. Ooh. This sounds so devastating. Did I even roll a 1? I don't even remember. I might be looking at the wrong table. Oh, so a call for action. The theme is ice, and the force is a fear reborn. Okay, so okay. So as Rowan and Thessa start clearing away camp, they realize something is wrong. The sun hasn't come up yet, but there aren't any clouds in the sky. And yet, the air feels really cold. Ice is starting to kind of form. Like when you breathe, you got puffs of air. It's starting to get really cold. Thessa doesn't seem bothered by this, but Rowan is starting to feel a very intense chill. So something is very, very wrong. And as for like a call, let's see. So we start like we pick up the path that we've been walking on, and we start like really hustling to get to kind of where that farm was that we had seen that dog come from. Because surely we could take shelter there from whatever this is. And like as we're running, there's like a call in the winds. A haunting call that beckons. And Rowan can feel it tugging at the edges of their soul. Almost like that wraith from last night. But this one has an even colder touch. Icier somehow. And as they start running, snow starts falling from the sky. And ice is forming on little puddles that were left from a rainy day a couple of days ago. There were still a few puddles here and there, and now they're starting to crystallize into ice. And then when we get to the farm, the farmer ushers us in after seeing us coming up because they were locking up everything. And they're like, "Quick, we need to get inside." And Rowan is like, "What's happening? What's going on?" And the without us having to dig too much deeper into this, we can say that the farmer tells us about this old legend of something that was feared, some kind of being who is made of ice or controls or manipulates ice, and was sealed away. And it seems like the seal is undone because now this old fear has been reborn, or it's back. So yeah, bad stuff. And before like I don't at that point, like, do I even need to roll? Do I even need to roll for events that day? Let's see. Let me scroll forward to see, because let's see. It says that after 3 days, you may continue on to spend more days exploring or arrive at Galendale and then use the location guide. On page 40. Except this is page 40. So the page markers are a little off. So this tells you about Galendale. Where's the location table? I don't see it. Alright, hold on one second. Discord. I forgot to set myself to do not disturb, and the little pop-ups keep distracting me. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Oh, I scrolled too far. It's because I was looking at the little pop-ups. Okay, so I don't know where the location table went. I don't think it's here anymore. So it tells us about Galendale. Oh, okay. Then scene 15 kind of works into crafting your companion. Okay. All right. Okay, I got this. I got this. All right. So we can continue with this whole like event. This scary thing that's going on. But I can also pick up the crafting your companion, which is great because Rowan can't find themselves out through a paper bag. Rowan is in trouble. Thessa can't tell you where to go. Thessa was just born 2 days ago. She has no idea what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna say, so we're at this farm. We get ushered in. We got the farmer, the farmer's family, but we also have some farm hands, or you know, maybe there was another adventurer on the road who is also taking shelter. So you know, because we were following a path, and so now we have like a few people who are all now taking shelter inside the farmer's house. Maybe even as far as to saying like we're kind of hiding out in the cellar. Okay, and then there's going to be someone else there who, you know, another adventurer who is, you know, looking me over. We start maybe talking about, you know, how we came to be out here, what our respective strengths are. By the way, hello, here's my little baby dragon. She's a little chili pepper. Okay, so, and they like, after talking, we agree that we are going to travel together and try to find out, you know, like, what can be done, or where, like, how do we handle this? Someone's got to do something. Okay, so crafting your companion. Choose a kin, class, and career. Select any kin from the journey demo, so that only gives us 4 options. We are an arbor, so maybe I'll just roll for 1. So I'll say 1 is elf, 2 is Jakkari, 3 is Gnawborn. I think that was 4. I think we just had 4 options. Let me just go back up here. Let's see, we were on... Alright, so this is page 44. Just so that I remember. Arbor, Drakkari, Elf, Gnawborn. Okay, so that was correct. So if that's the case, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll re-roll if I get a 4. 2. So they are an elf. And then choose a class that complements your weakness. If you are light on combat strength, a fighter or veil companion may help. If you struggle with support, an acolyte or mage could be the right choice. Then pick 1 career and 1 tree, or 2 careers. Let's see, I think I would need a second character sheet. Where did my demo go? There we go. Alright. So this person is an elf. Stay level 1 like us. I guess at this point I am level 1. Oh, I already changed it to level 1. Okay. And as for class, I'm good on combat strength, so I guess, yeah, an acolyte or a mage. I want to say maybe an acolyte. And then for a career, let's see, what were the career options again? I think I missed it. Oh, there we go. So we got choice of investigator, charlatan, scholar, wanderer. So I got an acolyte. A scholar would make sense. But maybe it would be more interesting if they were a charlatan. Let's see, I think class was further. Okay, here we go. So the acolyte. You are an acolyte, a vessel of power. Through prayer, ritual, or pact, your magic shields, heals, and guides. Yeah, so they're going to be an acolyte, but their career is a charlatan. So they deceive, they do sneaky things, they con people perhaps. You know, maybe a little bit of that snake oil salesman. You know, they may be devout, you know, to their own god. Maybe their god encourages this behavior. Because not all gods are benevolent. Okay. Distribute the following spread. Oh, they get 1. And then 3 points to distribute across. Alright, so this person is definitely going to have... so first 1, 1, 1, 1. I know this text is very tiny. Okay. So we get 3 points to distribute. Well, Shadow's going to be 2. Mind is going to be 2. God's will be 2. So we'll just have an even 1, 2, 3 points there. Okay, they use the same system for their levels like you, but in addition, they start with the following from the table. 1 support perk, something that makes them helpful in survival or combat, and 1 social perk, something that adds color to roleplay or exploration. They get 1 perk from either table when you level up, in addition to other perks gained from class career. So they get 1 support, 1 social. Oh, okay, cool. And you can roll for it, which I think I'll do, just so that I'm not sitting here trying to pick and decide. Alright, so 7, Route Finder. Once per journey step, on a success, negate 1 resource clock tick from exhaustion or getting lost. Oh, isn't that perfect? Route Finder. I was saying that if I had a companion, they would need to be the one to guide us because Rowan is having a hard time. Alright, so 4 for social perk. Mediator. Once per downtime, negate 1 discord to gain this session. Interesting. I wonder... Discord. I wonder what that, like, what kind of point stuff that refers to. Alright, how companions work. Optional allies. You may journey alone, but 1 companion, recommended, can lighten the load. Attributes. Companions use simplified stats. They add with 2d6 plus primary on all actions in combat. Let me make note of that. And I will say that Shadow is going to be this guy's primary. Because yeah, I've decided this is going to be a he-him person. Oh, let's see. What should his name be? Oh, what should his name be? Upstairs sounds like they're bowling balls again. Ah, here we go. Ithis? Arion Silvara? What if we named him Sylvis? There we go. That works. Alright. Back to here. Okay. And then actions once per round, a companion can either make their own check, or instead, grant you 1d6, or a boon when you act. But copy that. Okay, this sounds good. This sounds pretty simplified and like easy to work with, you know? Instead of having a whole lot of different things to choose from, you know, like basically a second character sheet. And that's pretty great. Why companions? To survive harsher wilds and battles that would overwhelm a lone wanderer. I mean, yeah. The sun didn't rise, and there is some kind of ancient thing that has been reborn. That is definitely not something that I alone can resolve. To bring dialogue, banter, and story to a journey, to embody future successors. When your story ends, theirs might begin. Yeah, so if Rowan dies, perhaps I could just jump over to Sylvis and just keep playing. So that's cool. Alright. The road shared. The chill of the morning will be greater than what you have been expecting. Yeah. It's like springtime or like summertime, and yet it's like winter outside. Wow, throwing some shade at your companion here. They are not a true hero, not like you, but their presence is felt in small ways. Okay, so we continue reading more about companions. Companions aren't here to take the spotlight. They help you survive. During journeys, a companion may do the following. Scout ahead, allow you to roll 2 events and take the more favorable. Keep watch. During camp, re-roll 1 failed check to detect threats. Cook and forage. Once per journey, prevent 1 tick on the resource clock. Check pack. They can make preparedness checks on your behalf with boon or grant you boon. Okay. What they walk for. Okay. So we'll skip that because we have our own little special story thing going on now. So let's say as we walk or try to get back to the city of Stonefang, we'll say that Sylvis is trying to make conversation and tells us motivation. Yeah, they tell us their motivation, judging by this table. So let us find out. And we should probably also consider the fact that since Sylvis is a charlatan, he might not be telling us the truth. Well, let's see what he says. Guarded loyalty. They are protecting someone who isn't here. You are the road that leads back to them. Interesting. That kind of ties in pretty well with our reason for adventuring, for Rowan being kind of like doing what they're doing. Oh, you know what? Actually, so I was saying earlier that Rowan is an investigator, and they're looking for someone they care for who is missing. So they could be on a missing person's case, and the reason that they, are like dead set on this case is because the person that went missing is someone they care about. So I bet, so that kind of ties that together. Okay, and then guarded loyalty. Sylvis is protecting someone who isn't here. You are the road that leads back to them. Okay, so charlatan. Sylvis was also out here traveling when this bad thing happened. And Sylvis, maybe in a rare moment of honesty for him, not that we would know. Oh, hi killer, welcome in. Things have gone to shit. Unslump. Okay, I will sit up. Oh, hand, wrist, and back stretch. Okay, I'm stretching. Oh. Okay. Whew. That was a good spine wiggle. Woo! Yay, shit. Wait. Killer, I swear, all I did was roll to see what the weather was. I rolled to see what the weather was going to be like on day 2 of this demo. And I got, the sun does not rise. And then I had to roll to find out why the weather was like that, or like why the sun did not rise. And I got, what was it? A call for action ice for theme, and then what was what was the other type of word? Force. A fear reborn. So some kind of ancient horror has been reborn and is like free to wreak icy havoc again on the world. I just wanted to know if it was sunny or going to rain. Okay, I need to get back to where I was. Here we are. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Oh, novice mistake. I tempted the fates. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit beyond the scale of this demo. But it's a very interesting like plot hook. I'm more into fiery havoc myself. Yes, you are. You are very good at creating fiery havoc. Of the good kind. Yeah, so we picked up a companion named Sylvis. They are an acolyte, but they are also a charlatan as their career. But perhaps... Oh yeah, see? You lost it too. Amaya also lost the streak. I wonder if it was that one night where, or something, where I went live very briefly and had to immediately cancel it, like cut it off. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I ruined your streaks. Okay, that makes me feel slightly better. Yeah, no, now, like, I couldn't remember, but if you also missed a streak, then I'm pretty sure it had to have been recently. If not this week, then last week. I think it was, though I did watch that VOD back. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I mean, so far so good tonight. Knock on wood, or I would if I had wood near me. Wood. Had I would. The wood. I just blame Twitch. Yeah. For the streak, we could probably blame Twitch. Alright, so we picked up Sylvis, and now in what might be a rare moment of honesty for someone who is usually a cheat, a snake oil salesman, he tells Rowan that he is protecting someone who isn't here, and I am the road that leads back to them. And I'm going to take this in a way that says that Sylvis is teaming up with me because he feels that together, perhaps we can take care of this nasty ice business, or, you know, find the solution to it, which would protect the person, you know, that he wants to keep safe, or at least together we can get back, you know, get back home. Zach is innocent. ISP and Twitch are the villains. Yeah. They're the BBEGs. The big bad evil guys. Okay. Battle with a friend. Okay. So I'm gonna flavor text this a little bit more because again, I kind of whipped up some crazy wild thing that is happening. So it's talking about bandits. We're gonna reflavor that a little. The BBEGs we do not want to kiss. Yeah, exactly. See? Killer gets it. Okay, so the path narrows between two ridges. The stone walls close and shadowed. Your dragon slows, uneasy. Then from above you, you hear the snap of loose rock and it says the hiss of steel, but I'm gonna say like cold, icy hissing. Like, kind of like those ice wraiths Wraith. Wraith. This from Skyrim. Those little like icy snake things. Kind of like. I don't know. I don't think my microphone picked it up. Try it a little harder. But with like so like they're hissing, but you can kind of hear like ice crackling and forming in the sound. And instead of bandits, we're gonna say they're like icy creatures that come out and attack us. Okay, so it gives us a little battle map here. Oh. So we're gonna insert a table. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 across. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so there's an archer up here. We are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will put Rowan here. And then Sylvis is here. And then Thessa is tucked away hiding because she is a baby. We will not have her fighting. 1, 2. This is half a square, by the way, so I'm not bothering with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. We'll put Wraith 1. And we'll change Archer to like Spitting Wraith. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I love a good ice elemental. Frozen zombies are also a good shout for icy monsters. Yeah, there we go. I encountered a wraith too, kind of. I kind of pulled it out of thin air for the previous night in the game. So maybe this was almost maybe that was almost like a sign of things to come, that something had been unleashed in the night. So 1, 2. This says captain. So yeah, we'll say ice zombie. So we got kind of like our ranged fella. Makes it a little better. Okay, and then we got the stat blocks here. Okay, so companions in combat. 2 actions per turn. On their turn, a companion may take any action, but can also use 1 AP to grant you boon 2 or plus 1d6 on any check. They do not carry AP over to other rounds. Wounds, they use the same wound system, but they do not refresh their defense slots until a short rest. Oh, I didn't give this person stats. Oh, or a weapon, for that matter. Alright, here we go. Acolyte. Okay, so they get a mana pool of 6. They don't have any grit. Their defense slots. I will have to look to see. Where did it say that? Armor bonus 1. Okay, so we don't have to worry too much, I think, about this is 2d6 plus primary. Oh wait, this is mine. Did I? Oh no, wait, no. Oh no, did I type this in the wrong spot? No, wait. Wait. What? How did that get here? Oh no. Is this... Oh no! Even though these are two different PDFs, it is overwriting. No, that's... I usually don't use PDFs inside of Obsidian because they don't save. Like, if I was to close and then reopen Obsidian, it doesn't save any of this. So usually what I do is I recreate my own character sheet inside. Usually something like this. I mean, I could fortunately type it all back because I still have this stuff, but like, this is all outdated though, which is why it looks kind of all jumbled and stuff. I need to make a new character sheet. Oh man, I'm not gonna really be able to do this now. Ooh. Boo, I say. Well, that's a bummer. So anytime I made a change over here, like if I say woo, this now says woo, even though this is two different PDFs. Boo. Well, that's a bummer. I didn't know it was gonna do that. Okay. This is just what I get for not properly preparing. But I completely forgot that I needed to make a new character sheet in here. Okay, let's see. So, if that's the case... Well, I can just read through it because, let's see, you can't blame yourself for Adobe Witchcraft. Yeah, exactly. It's that, and like, it's the one shortcoming for Obsidian is that you can't do form fillable PDF editing inside Obsidian. Like, that's like the biggest downside for Obsidian. But I mean, usually I just, you know, make my own character sheet and go. Okay. So we have this attack. It happens. We have 4 attackers. Wow. Combat happens. We're gonna pretend that we won. Mostly because it's been an hour and 40 minutes. And like I said, I do have to actually finish this demo tonight. Because I have to go to the headquarters for work tomorrow. And I need to pack my stuff. I gotta pack away the laptop. Okay, actually I'm going to take a little bit of a break actually because I need to feed the old man. And I'm also almost out of water. So while maybe I'll think, like, while I'm doing this, I'll think of maybe we can kind of do some kind of roll to kind of see how the fight went, and maybe I'll see, like, do I have any wounds? Does Sylvis have any wounds? So I'll think about that while I feed the cat. I'll be back. Ooh, okay. Sorry about that. Or thank you for your patience. London's gonna come crashing in here and be like, "Hey, I heard you say sorry." um, I was making sure that little man did not try to get second dinner. Old man gets second dinner. Little man does not get second dinner. Okay, so we do have this oracle over here. I'm gonna say, we come out of the fight, but I could see, like how well did we fare? And again, this is just so that I can keep moving through the demo. And let's see. So 50-50. Given that there's 4 attackers this time, I think it's likely that we took some wounds. So for this oracle, we roll 2d6 and keep the highest. Or rather in this case, because this is negative, it's unlikely that we escaped with no wounds. So if we get a 6, no wounds. If we get a 1, we'll have a heavy, like maybe a heavy wound. And then unlike if we get a 1 or in the middle, we'll probably be light wounds. Okay, so 2d6. Keep the lowest. That would be a 3. Okay, so we'll say that I took some light wounds. And then Sylvis also took a couple of light wounds. So we came out of the battle victorious, but we did take a couple of hits. We have some injuries that would need healing had I a functioning, character sheet. What a bummer. Next time, oh, I left my BRB thing up. My bad. Next time I will make sure that I'm more prepared. Alrighty. So this kind of recaps combat for you. Look at this cosmic elf. They are gorgeous. They are so pretty. Okay, and then we move on to Valley of the First. This is an optional scene. In normal gameplay, a dragon cannot be ridden until you reach level 2, but this will give you a chance to test out its rules in a controlled environment. If you want to skip this, move to page 53, Epilogue. Okay, yeah, so this gives you a little bit of taste for aerial combat, because yes, there is aerial combat in Drakonym. You can ride your dragon and fight with them in the air. Look at that, an aerial combat map. Woohoo! But we will be proceeding to page 53, Epilogue, which it's not quite the right page number again, but that's okay. So the epilogue, the final breath. I'm just kind of quickly reading it because now I have to reflavor it to my unique situation. Let's see. So we'll say the sun still has not risen as we approach Stonefang. And now there is a blanket of snow slowly forming across the land, because the snowfall that started that morning has not stopped. The air remains cold. Fortunately, it hasn't dropped to like below zero, like sub-zero temperatures. It's not like instantly deathly cold, but it is cold for like summer. And, little Thessa doesn't understand why Rowan and Sylvis are so concerned about this. She is having the time of her life. I mean, she's only 2 days old, so like, snow is completely novel to her. And since she's a little fire dragon, she doesn't really feel cold. And she's probably, like hopping around in the snow, making her little puffs of little hot air puffs with a little flame, melting the snow, watching it drip, trot along us. maybe you know, kind of whining when she gets tired and wants to be picked up. To which Rowan will probably oblige, because how could you not when you have a little baby dragon? And yeah, they reach Stonefang. I would imagine that given Rowan's experience there before, they are met at the gate by a guard who's probably, you know, they probably got the whole town on lockdown. And they probably have some idea as to what's going on. So they've probably already locked down. And we didn't have papers to get in before. We still do not have papers. But perhaps Sylvis, you know, being a charlatan, whips up a couple of false documents. And, you know, this guard was probably not the same guard that I bumped into before. So they let us in. And the guard is like, oh, the you know, whatever this entity is called, has arisen again. It's been centuries. This is awful. This is terrible. And then yeah, maybe they're like, oh, why don't you head, like, you two look like you're capable in a fight. Why don't you head to like the city hall, basically, or like the council hall, and, you know, lend your aid there. And so we could go there, and then from there we could just start the whole adventure. And yeah, like it says, we have our fully built character, we have our chosen kin, class, primary attribute, which I didn't assign, but I think I made it body. And we have well, we don't have two careers, we have one, and a tree. We have a dragon. We've got the dragon perks and abilities. We didn't ride it in the air, but, you know, you can do that if you want to play the demo yourself and give it a try. And then, yeah, mastery of the core game. Learned how to build dice pools, make checks. We used the shattered die. We only used it once, now that I think about it, in the very, very beginning of the whole demo. Engaged in combat. We did not explore spellcasting and stuff because I picked a fighter. And then yeah, the core rulebook will let you continue your journey alongside a herald or in a full party. The solo rulebook will guide you without the need for a narrator. And I will say, too, I was talking about how the full rulebook has tons and tons of character options and stuff like that. The solo rulebook will have different classes available to play. Fewer character options, I think, but it's still going to be like really unique and interesting based on the teasers that the developer has given us. So definitely be excited. And yeah, the world of Zakkariiart is now yours to uncover. Your dragon is waiting. Your legend has begun. Where will you go? And then, like, we got subclasses. I wonder if I was supposed to pick up one of these. I mean, it's okay if I didn't, because I wound up not being able to do the other combat. Thanks to Adobe. Let's see, this is all the spells that you can get. These are the martial exploits that we peeked at in the first stream. This is a list of status effects. Effects on the player, and then effects on enemies. And then, yeah, that's it. That's the end. And yeah, just to make it a little bit easier in case you've hidden the pinned comment already, there's the link to get this demo. It is, once again, totally free. Oh, by the way, I failed to say this at the beginning, but this is not sponsored. I'm just doing this because I'm enthusiastic about Drakonym. I know I've been like the ambassador for Legends of Akaroth. But Drakonym was actually the game that I got like really involved in for cross paths. I picked up Covens of Midnight, which is how I learned of cross paths, and got the email about the backer kit campaign for Drakonym. And like, it sounded awesome. It sounded epic. And so, you know, I backed it. And then I got to play some of the demo as it was coming out. And it was so cool because at that point, I hadn't really done this kind of narrative character creation before. Like, you're creating a character, but through a story. And I thought that was awesome. And a lot of people do think it's awesome because, let's see, what was it? It was platinum before, but now it is a Mithril bestseller. Bestseller. Which means people are paying for a free demo, according to Ash. So they are paying money for a free PDF, which should tell you a lot about like how much people are enjoying it. I mean, I enjoyed it. I had no idea I was gonna not have a son. I just wanted to know if it was raining. But yeah, you could see how like I kind of emerged from this demo with like this whole big plot hook. I have like my own personal quest of looking for a missing person who I care for. And I'm an investigator. So this is like work, but now it's personal because it's somebody I know who's gone missing. So I have that for a plot hook. We have, I mean, Drive-Thru presents it kind of like pay what you want, but it feels right to throw money at something you enjoy and, you know, took time and energy. Yeah, it is set up for pay what you want. So like that's kind of the really cool thing though, is that it is set up to be pay what you want, but it's still turned into a bestseller. And like, I think, you know, it's well worth it. Like, it deserves it. And oh yeah, so I got my personal hook. I have this companion who also has somebody that they're protecting, despite being a charlatan, a liar, a deceiver. So, you know, he's got his own kind of little objective. And then we have this big major like arc type plot hook where some kind of ice entity from long ago has arisen again and has turned the world into ice, like a blizzard, or at least this region anyway. It's probably not the whole world, but you know, still quite impactful. Whew, okay. It is, let's see, it's 7:30 for me. We are 2 hours into the stream. I managed to do it. And guys, the internet is holding up. Go figure. Tonight I actually needed to keep it on the brief side because, like I said, I got to go to the office tomorrow. Um, Huzzah! Yeah, I know. So if you're new here, if this is your first time, I have been having some internet problems on this time of night, basically, where my upload speed hits the garbage. And like, it's not like I'm testing it right now, and it's not exactly the hottest, but I am streaming live, so maybe that's impacting it. But I'm getting no dropped frames right now. And usually this time of night my frames start dropping and the stream just it's garbage. So yeah, that's been happening regularly. I've been fighting my internet provider. But hopefully we are making progress. Because I will keep calling them. I am paying money for internet, so I gotta get what I'm owed. Ah, oh nice. I'm kind of at a loss. I actually finished. I was really worried. I mean, part of it is because I couldn't do the combat. But oh, you know what? I can talk about. Okay, so I could talk about our upcoming streams, and I say our because these next two streams are going to be collabs. So Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time, which means it'll be 11 a.m. on the East Coast of the US, and then 8 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. We are, me and Cheeky, who I can put a command in for, me and Cheeky are going to be collaborating with the one and only London Station from YouTube, which is where she streams. And we are going to play No Man's Sky together. And, oh, 11 a.m. in Eastern Canada too. I'm so sorry, Killer. I left you out in the cold. You poor Canadian. Is it cold up there right now? It's been nice and cool weather for us. Like, it's good. Good for me. Some people will be like, oh, it's still too chilly. But I'm like, ah, yes, this is nice, comfortable hoodie weather. But yeah, we're gonna play No Man's Sky together. Hopefully our computers won't explode. I have not streamed No Man's Sky yet, but it plays just fine, so I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. I guess a bit today, but it's been pretty warm for the last couple of weeks. Hurrah! Yeah, so we're gonna have space shenanigans with the Space Queen herself, London Station. She streams on YouTube. She talks about ttrpg games and topics like romance in tabletop RPGs. She looks at games like I've been working through her VOD on the Blue Rose tabletop RPG, and spawns some excellent conversation and talking points. And then she sometimes also plays games like No Man's Sky, Minecraft. I think she just started playing Expedition 33. So yeah, definitely check her out. And then Saturday, the three of us will be playing No Man's Sky. And then Sunday is when Cheeky and I will start, at last, our Final Fantasy XIV themed Legends of Azeroth tabletop game. So we're going to be playing Legends of Azeroth, but it's going to be Final Fantasy XIV themed. This is to say that we are not aiming to play like Final Fantasy XIV as you know the game. If you booted it up, you would have your character, you would form a party of 4 people to go do a dungeon or a trial fight, or 8 people, depending on where you are in the game and what you're doing. We're not aiming to play it that way. which I think is how the official tabletop RPG plays. Instead, Cheeky and I are going to be playing as two Garlean soldiers. And if you're not familiar with the game, Garleans Garleans are from Garlemald, which is the enemy nation in a major part of the game. And so we are two soldiers who got stranded, and due to the nature of like kind of where we are going to be starting our game and stuff, we've effectively accidentally defected. Cheeky's character was planning on defecting eventually, but not at that moment. And then my character is actually half Garlean and had no intention of defecting. And unfortunately for him, he still thinks that he can go home. If he just gets a letter or something out to his father in the city back home, everything will be fine. He can return to life like normal. Ha ha ha. Will he succeed? Probably not. But yeah, so we're basically going to be two soldiers pretending to be adventurers. We're going to join an adventurers guild that does not exist in the real game, but we're playing make believe with our little dolls, and we're gonna have fun in Eorzea. I've made some stat blocks from real enemies from the game, which was actually pretty easy to do. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun, because like I said, we're just gonna be playing Legends of Akkaroth, but instead of it being set in Akkaroth, which is the canon setting, much like it's the setting for Drakonym as well. Instead of Akkaroth, we're gonna be in Eorzea, and I've been very, very excited. And that is actually also what I'm going to be working on tonight, because I realized that, I'm going to be busy most of Saturday, and we're going to start playing on Sunday. So I need to make sure I have all of our stuff ready. And I just realized that I was probably talking extremely fast because I got excited. I'm so sorry. It was a bit of a quiet day at work today. Like, I mean, I had some meetings and stuff, but like, I don't know. Anyway, I just gotta take a breath. Okay, let's find our raid target. Okay. I think. Okay, cool. Alright. We are going to raid Vice, because Vice is playing Xenosaga tonight. He is in a hell of his own making. If you've never seen Xenosaga, you'll be right there alongside me. Raided to the pain. Oh, hey, Cheeky. Cheeky broke her lurk at the mention of Xenosaga pain. Yeah, so we're gonna go raid into Vice, and we're gonna say hello to him. He plays RPGs. He also sometimes played ttrpgs. In fact, I think he'll be playing Rift Breakers with Hime Utsugi tomorrow, I think. I don't know. The last couple of times I've said this out loud and they wound up needing to cancel. Let me go check myself. Oh, okay. It might not be Rift Breakers, but anyway, he plays ttrpgs. It's up in the air for tomorrow. Yeah, I just saw that. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, he is filled with New York rage. Yeah, he's a nice guy though. He's smart. He's creative, despite his best efforts to tell us so. Rift breakers will occur eventually. Yeah. The pirate bug has also bitten everybody too. Okay. Hyperfixation is a monster. I know. I want to be a pirate. Alright, so there's the raid message. Let me actually click the raid button too. That would help, huh? Okay. So yeah, see y'all Sunday. Thanks for coming. Safe travels through the veil. Bye bye.